Hello everyone, this is GrootsCom. Welcome back to another episode of Factorio with the BioIndustries mod. So we're making progress on our base. We started building our perimeter in the last episode. I think that was a huge step up from where we were. And I'm just turning off these batteries because I realize I already have 14 of the MK2 batteries, and that's more than enough. This is working on, it looks like, the second one, so let's just go ahead and make this. Okay, let's just stop it before that one gets done. I don't need that many batteries. I'm still dealing with this smaller armor, but we are ready. I have 100 of these efficiency modules, and let's just make this one the level 2. Unfortunately, it did end up making a couple extra productivity 1 modules. It was completely useless. They're going to end up being completely, well, just wasted at this point. I won't use efficiency modules, I don't think. So just upgrade that, throw everything in there, and while we're waiting for blue circuits, it looks like. Let me just help out there. Don't need green circuits anymore. Yeah, so let's just make sure we have the right materials in there. It's doing 5 and 5, that's fine. Okay. And then as far as our speed modules go, this one I don't mind actually making more of, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Logimol blueprint and just stamp a couple down, and then I'm going to make the next steps. But this is also a very expensive recipe, so I don't want to let it go crazy. I might even actually cut this off as well. Well, no, you know, if I have extra ones, I can use it to make more of these level 1 speed modules, and the reason is because we researched it, we can make the assembly machine 2. Now this requires speed 1 modules. You know what, I don't know if I want to do this just yet. It might actually be better if I wait, because I want to make that power armor, and remember that's going to require 5 level 3 speed modules, 3 level 5 or 5 level 3 efficiency modules as well, and that's going to enable us to have more bag space, more space in here. So it goes from whatever this is, like a 7x7, to this one is 10x10, so it's significantly larger, and that'll give us more bag space, more room for roboports, more exoskeletons, so I'll be able to walk faster. Just so many great things that'll open up with that. Now looking at our base, we started the perimeter, and one of the things that kept frustrating me was I must have had, and I did readjust the wall. It was not quite lined up how I wanted it to be, but now I have plenty of space in here, and I think what happened is I took out some radars, so I need to fix that, and I think radars are in my requester, and that looks good. So let's just get down here, and I would have taken the car, but I actually left it on this side of the map. But I just wanted to make sure I disabled those batteries and then started making the next level of efficiency modules. So there's a radar, and I think, yeah, it's just the one. So we have one in the corner. Let's get back in this car so we can run into stuff, most likely. Don't know if that roboport needs to actually be there, so I'll just put a request in to have that taken down. Thank you. Then we'll get a radar. Oh, you know what? This is gonna work just fine, because if we place it, well, maybe in the next one, like here, it just fills that space. Now, the cool thing is, you know, we can zoom in on our map view, and boom, now we can see what's going on. And another thing that I was really annoyed by was that copper patch that I have been using is, like, I can see everything with the radar view, but it's not quite at the very edge. I'm missing some stuff. In fact, that's where I've been attacked a lot by the biters. So I did design something new to go along with the wall defense. Now I have what I call a perimeter purifier and defense. Let's see, I want to bring this out to be about here. It's always hard to keep it in the same spot. Okay, this looks good. There we go. Now what this is is it's going to place those air purifier, or biogardens, I should call it what they actually are. Just pack as many of those biogardens in there as you can. And there's a requester chest for both. It's going to request both the fertilizer and the ammunition required. Oops. I can actually blueprint this from here. I don't have to be next to it. It just uses my robots instead of the house robots. I would really like to put this here, because the smaller I make this perimeter, the cheaper the resources are going to be. This thing, I don't really need it. Of course I need the biogardens, but as far as where it's located, and I just don't really need that where it is right now. I'm going to move all these out. I'm going to remove those turrets as well. So let's see, if we put this, it's probably, yeah, this is going to be a problem for those, but I can make some landfill here since I have all that stone. Not anymore. There's that. And there we go. Okay. And with those holes filled, I'll just keep going across. Unfortunate thing right now is that we're waiting for the construction robots and the logistics robots to bring everything that we need, and it's going to take a while for them to get here. So we are kind of vulnerable in this interim period. I'll just try to get this. Oh, it's not really where I wanted it to end up, but I could probably get a little wall in there. No problem. We do have this little turret, but its range is not really protecting us as well as it could. I'm just going to help the robots out a little bit by putting some more of these power poles in here. And yeah, like I said, these requests are set up to request 20 fertilizer and 50 of the poison dart arrows. So these biogardens can get what they need, and then the turrets can get what they need as well. And unfortunately, we can't really see the effect of those biogardens because we probably... Oh, well, first of all, we don't have water. That's a definite thing we should fix right away. And I think if we put water on this side first, it would be better. Because we want to get these going. The interior of the base is a little safer than this. This side is where we tend to get the attacks from because the fighter bases are probably not too far over here, and they're definitely being polluted. So those spawners are just creating new monsters to come get us. So some of these are already out. They've already mined all the resources. I've taken some stuff out of here. Let's just clean this up a little bit. I don't actually have to be here to do that. I could do this remotely. One thing I just noticed though is that we're not in the logistics network here. So let's get this, maybe, it only has to cover, oh, it's too bad we can't put it, well, we could put it here, right? Let's just do that. Alright. And then we'll get the roboport in here. Well, that'll cover a lot more area. In fact, it'll only be this corner that's not covered. Let's put this here, and then let's get a radar in here as well. So we can finally open up this on the map view. And again, with those radars, that's another thing that, you know what, let's actually move it so it's a little bit more protected. The radars are a defensive object, so the fighters will be attracted to this. So, I've got some turrets that are loaded here. This one's waiting still. Looks like there's some fertilizer going in there. Okay, we had the map view earlier. Now we can see the map view, a little bit of the pollution is being taken out, but really we're waiting for all this stuff down here on the bottom to suck up some of that pollution. And then we could do the same thing up here with our stone patch as well. And what I should have done was change my request or just grab some of those. Where's my car at? Of course I forget that. No, I can't get through the walls. Squeak through does not work on walls. That's the one thing you cannot squeak through. You can squeak through solid pipe apparently, but not the walls, and I guess it makes sense. You have to think about what is, you know, in multiplayer sometimes you have settings that you can attack each other, players can attack other players, so you have defense and walls separating base from an enemy. Oh, there's a cute lack of green circuits in here. A lot of things, really. So we want to grab some bio gardens, because I'm thinking we can go out to that stone patch. Bio gardens are somewhere over here. Okay. Okay, we've used them all up. So let's just make this bigger, because I anticipate needing a lot more of those. And one thing I also need to do is get rid of some of this junk in my inventory. Probably don't need all this coal either, or wood. I'm just going to help out the robots a little bit. There we go. Okay. So you can see the pollution's getting a little cleaner. Still waiting for those biogardens to be finished. Looks like the poison dart arrows are still not being fulfilled. I wonder if that's an issue with our supply of those dart arrows down here. Yes, it looks like we don't have any. And that's because of green circuits? Really? Okay. So everything's being taken and shifted to the left, and then there's nothing left to feed into there, which we need. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up again. What are they trying to grab? Must be that coal. I don't think it takes that many. Okay, they're picking up nothing because I moved it manually. Sorry, robots. And as soon as I left the logistics network, it just went away. Let's do something different here. Is this... I don't think there's any... You know, I almost wish I didn't do this here. Instead of this, let's go and do our... little balancer, right? Let's do that. And this one, you just kind of get used to making as you play a lot. I feel like I might have done this wrong. Well, at any rate, we're getting green circuits now, so that'll get fulfilled. We definitely don't want to run out of those poison dart arrows. We're going to need those for our defense, especially since we have that, you know, that whole wall system that got built. And I'll continue this up into here, and we need to think about our ore patches because they're starting to dwindle. This iron ore patch 231, 626 here, and then another one that's only 243, so it's not very dense with ore. Unfortunately, it takes up a lot of space, but not much to get from there. So yeah, we can grab it, but it's just not, it's not going to give us what we need. And I did say, wow, okay, I thought I had the city block planned out here, but I guess I don't. So what I'm going to do is get in the car, finish that part, and then keep building our wall. Yeah, and I think this city block is going to be like coal liquefaction or something interesting, so that will be cool. Okay, and that's where we left off from before. We'll just continue making our wall, go up this side. I really want to run into all these trees. Okay. Oops. Another thing I forgot about, there is actually a little trick to when you have a solar setup and you want to just use your batteries instead of what's right now consuming our pellet coke. We can do something to avoid that. Let's go, where's our accumulator? There it is, just one of these. And it might take a while. As long as I stay within the logistics network, it'll get to me eventually. And then here, I'm just going to bring it out. Oh, and it's just out of the range of that RoboPort. That's okay, we can move one like here. Then we'll have everyone covered. And I could probably move this one. There we go. Maybe put this here instead. And how about radar? Wow, I don't need this guy. How's the radar coverage look? Not bad actually, surprisingly. But let's just put it here. And then we'll have to clear some of these trees. Probably don't have to clear those. Oh, and now these aren't within the network. That's probably why that was there. In fact, I'm sure that's why it was there. Let's just put it here. Okay, a little redundancy on that. Looks like I got plenty of miners, electric miners. Oh. Try to make this right. Just use up. Just try to do this efficiently. Okay, and just a few miners left to spare. That's pretty good. Oops, too far. Okay, I'm just going to finish hooking this up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've gone ahead and finished up the mining patch, and you can see it's not really moving much right now. That's because we don't really have a ton of demand for iron ore. Merging these belts was kind of annoying actually. I was trying to spend a little time to clean things up, and what I found ultimately was I did want to prioritize this patch getting picked up first because I was already starting on it. So basically the belts that are coming in here are going to be, their input priority is set to be from here, and they'll just throw it onto this massive belt that's feeding into here. In reality, I probably need more inputs on this side. It's actually 8, but I could probably use even more. This patch though is drying up fast. There's already a bunch of miners that need to be taken out. In fact, I can just do this because they're in the construction network now. This is, you know, another benefit to having those robots. This is actually construction robots doing this work, but then having those logistics robots to fill requests is another feature of that. And actually, what I also did was I have this feature called auto trash. This is a vanilla feature. There's nothing, you know, special about this. But if I were to say, you know, every time I pick up iron ore, just get rid of it, the logistics robots will take it somewhere else. So normally they would just take it to a storage position and just throw it away. I mean, not throw it away, but it would just be there indefinitely until I needed it. But what I did was I set up a requester chest network here that's within that logistics network that'll actually pick up any iron ore and throw it on this belt. And I forgot to prioritize it. Basically, I want to take it from these first, but honestly, they have so much space in here. It's probably not going to be a big deal. I don't have that much iron ore. And they're just, you know, slowly coming and picking it up. I do have research that I could be doing right now too, and I don't want to fall behind on it. There are a lot of things that I could be researching. One thing that would be nice though would be like bullet damage, because that gives us a bonus on our dart turrets as well. It's not terribly expensive, 300. That's kind of expensive, but that'll take care of that. I did want to start deconstructing this starter base too. Everything in here has to go. So these unfortunately are not within range of our construction network, but everything else is. So we could just pick up all this on our end, and then the robots will have, the house robots will have to pick up the other stuff. So just kind of like leaving all this starter stuff behind. And then of course all of this, and look at that, it's just within range of the construction network. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately though, there are so many items here to pick up. I mean, it is a lot of ore, but there's also a lot of iron plates in here as well. And then, you know, these factories have been making, look at all of those inserters I have now. So if I were to pick it up, obviously my inventory isn't that big, so I can't pick it up myself, but I can have the robots pick it up, and it is going to take quite a while. And it looks like my robots were in range to grab some of that stuff, but let's get out of there. And we'll probably see a lot of those house robots come into action, and you can see the construction on the right hand side there, construction robots. There's all of them are being used, all 914, 15. Now it's going up because remember that condition that we set on the production of robots to stop, well, to insert them into the network when it was below a certain threshold. And I think it was like 100 or 10 or whatever robots. So I did pick up an accumulator, and I'll show you how this is going to work now. I'm going to put it next to the pumps, and unfortunately that's too far to reach, but I can do one of these. And I need some wire. So what you do is you hook the wire up to these pumps, and then you can set a condition to say, okay, the accumulator is going to output a signal of A, and what that A is it's the percent that it's actually charged. So right now that A is 100, but if that percent of charge ever goes below a certain number, we want these pumps to actually turn on to pump water that we can use these generators. So I'm going to say if it's less than 20% charge, then we'll fire up these pumps. But right now, I think it's daytime right now, so we're not even, we're just fully running off of solar, or we could be, but they're just running off residual water right now to make steam. These ones are already out, but let's make this wire go all the way down to the other ones as well. Well, that's a long reach on that. Okay, so these two can be the same, and we'll just paste that condition. They're enabled when it's, let's see, I think they are currently disabled. Yeah, I don't see any water. See, all these pipes are empty, but there's still a little steam in there, and they're done. Okay, so now we just stopped the production of steam, looks like the accumulators are going down, so actually it is nighttime now. I guess it's hard to tell now that I have the night vision goggles, but you can also look here at the solar, and oh, it might be that our solar power is not enough to maintain, because if it's daytime, I mean this production is 100%, but it's still, you know, light outside. We're still getting production from there, but the batteries are outputting pretty significantly here. If we just look at our graphs, we can see the solar power is the blue. Oh no, that's the steam generation. So yeah, we don't really have enough power, so those pumps will be turning on. You know, we do, at a certain point, the batteries will be enough. We'll have enough solar panels to keep our base running, but that is not yet. Let's just see how, look at all that pollution we just sucked up. So this area used to be very red, and certainly not anymore. The construction is complete. Let's just look at our requester chest to see, do we have everything in here? Yep, 50-20. These aren't within range. Good thing we noticed that. Let's just drop this right here. It just wasn't in range. In fact, we could get rid of these now. I'm not really concerned about that. Maybe add another row of miners on here. Maybe I can just do that off camera. There's nothing really special about that. And then I think what I'm going to do is add a perimeter just like this around the stone patch. Even though we're not using a lot of stone, I just want to be protected when I come out here to get stuff. And yeah, there are turrets, there are some air purifiers, but it's just not enough. I would like a lot more than that. So wow, we've almost maxed out our bullet damage. Now we're into space science, which we can't get yet. But we do have this. Oh, this is much cheaper. This is bullet shooting speed, and this applies to the dart ammo as well. So yeah, why am I not getting bullet speed? And now we have that going at least. So these iron ore patches, as slow as it seems like they're going away, they will be gone eventually. They're not going to last forever. We have less than 1 million in each one of these patches, and of course we're going to keep researching. We're going to keep expanding our capabilities in this base, and resources are going to get used up, unfortunately. So yeah, this is one of the parts of the game, is you just have to keep expanding, keep finding new resources. And I think our best opportunity then for resources, we're going to grab this patch here, 3.6 million. It's not fantastic by any means, but if you remember our copper ore we started with about 3.2 or somewhere around there. And this will get us, this will get us pretty far for a little while, and then we can talk about, maybe going down here to the almost 6 million iron ore patch, and then there's other few million copper patches. But it seems like iron is not very plentiful, unfortunately, so we'll have to do some exploration on this map to see where we can get some copper. Let's see if we've got some modules. We've got 3. We're so close. We just need 2 more on that one. What are we waiting for here? We need the smaller speed modules, and I was afraid that this would cause problems. Oh my gosh. It requested all of them. That's not good at all. Let's put those in there. Oh, are those my construction robots? Where did they get lost at? And these are done. Let's make this the level 3. And then I'll change this request. I'm not even going to put a request in there because I don't need to. I know what they need. And here I have to be careful. Well, I think it only has enough to make 5 exactly. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's see if I have some blue circuits, because I'm going to need, I believe, 100 of them. Oh, only 40 for this. But then I'll need some. Okay, so I want some more roboports. I'll be able to do that. How come I didn't clean this yet? I have green circuits in here, and they're supposed to be steel only. So that takes care of that. Alright. Well, in the meantime, I'm just gonna let this run because I want to get this armor. So I'll be right back when I have everything, and I'll craft that armor, and we'll just see how much more space we have. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, I have all the materials, so let's go ahead and get this crafted. And you'll see just how much more space I have because of this. And I don't need all these things. I can go ahead and start taking this stuff out. Oh, and look at that, it's nighttime, so it is quite dark. I did upgrade the machines to be the level 3 assembly machines, and it did help out, made things go a little faster. I think I want to make some of these roboports, because I'm going to have 4 roboports to support 100 construction robots, which is what I want. And I definitely don't need these anymore. I don't know how many of these I want, but... Okay, I have the armor. Let's do this. There's my extra row of bag space. That's cool. Look at all this space. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do with all this? Well, I'm going to fill it up. I know that. So let's see, my roboports will go here, so I'll have space here. And then I need my night vision goggles. This can go here. I have more than enough batteries. Unfortunately, I have too many, I think. I don't need this armor anymore. Took everything out of there. One thing I do want to have is another fusion reactor, though. Let's see, what should we do next? Let's go for laser turrets. Laser turrets are nice, but they do require a lot of power. And you know what? I'm going to just turn this off because creating those speed modules is very expensive. I would rather use it to build these machines. Let's change this. We can upgrade the base a lot already by using better assembly machines, like better inserters, better belts, with what we already have. So I'm not going to have to redesign a lot of things. It'll be easy to upgrade in the beginning just by upgrading, like I said, those inserters and the belt speeds. Let's get another fusion reactor. I think I need more of those. Okay. We'll get one more fusion reactor in there, and I would also like to have, let's see, do I even have, I think I have engines, I have regular engines, but I need electric engines to make the exoskeleton. And let's make that here. Only problem is I have to get lubricant down here. And that's something we never did, was hook that up again. So I'll have to do that. Because we will run out eventually. In fact, I don't know where we're at right now, but... Okay, looks like there's a little lubricant in there. We should be making electric engines, and I think the exoskeleton takes about 30 or so. Yep, 30 electric engines, and I have everything else. So I'll make that, so I'll be a little bit quicker on my feet. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about power. I'm going to have a lot of robots. So I think I could just make 5 of those exoskeletons, 2 more roboports, and that'll help out a lot. We'll have more construction robots to help us when we're out and about, outside of the logistics and construction network. So I think in the next episode we'll have to talk about getting some more iron. These are not quite low yet. I mean, they're low, and this one's really getting close to being done. But we'll have to at least have a plan for this, and definitely start making that outline, bring the rail down, even if we're not using it right away. But that'll be for the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.